Greetings! Welcome to Film Gazers, a podcast focusing on the science fiction, horror, fantasy trinity, and 20th century entertainment. I'm Steph.
I'm Jess. We're cousins / besties. Join us as we reminisce, discuss, and review films from our childhood.
Meowdy.
Meowdy.
We hope everyone had a happy Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
For us, that just happened yesterday.
Yes. Today's the first.
Yes, it'll be a few days after when this releases. And we will be in the beginning of November. And if you're in the U.S., that means it is turkey season.
And comfy, cozy season.
Yes. And our weather in like 1 week went from like, it was 85 degrees. And I was like, oh, it's hot as hell. I'm so ready for fall. Because it's literally the end of October. It would be nice to have some kind of cold snap. And then we got it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been amazing. It's been like in the 60s, even the 50s at night already.
It was 48 degrees this morning when I got up.
I know. It was perfect. I was all snuggly and warm in my bed.
Opened my windows.
Yes.
Air this bitch out.
So what we've also been doing. So other than enjoying the weather this week, what else did you get into? I believe you had some Halloween festivities you participated in.
Yes, we did. We went to a trunk or treat last Saturday, me and my son, and then we also went to a little teen Halloween party.
Nice.
So that was fun.
So tell them what the teens reenacted for the event, which I loved.
The teens, because it's like a meetup, so they practiced a skit for everybody, and it was from Monty Python. And the first one, and they were really, really good. And it was a "'Tis but a flesh wound." That scene.
I love that. I love that there's still teenagers reenacting that.
Yeah,
bit.
It was awesome. It was very, very funny. So yeah, we did that, and then last night was Halloween. So my son was working on this mammoth of a Lego set while we watched Monsters, Inc. and Finding Nemo. Nice.
2 of my favorite Pixar films.
Same.
Love it. Love that one. Love them both.
It was funny because I had on like a Halloween ambiance video on YouTube, and it wasn't a good one. He was like, "Ugh, this is like all AI."
Yeah,
like the music and the
AI
videos.
slop.
Yeah, that's exactly what he says all the time.
I figured he would use that expression.
Yes, he says AI slop all the time. And I was like, this one kind of sucks. I was like, we'll change it. And he's like, let's watch something Halloween-y like Monsters, Inc. And I was like, that's Halloween-y?
It's about monsters, isn't it?
I guess that's what it was.
How does Finding Nemo come into the mix? Is that just, we're already on Pixar now.
He was like, after this one, I want to watch Finding Nemo.
He started.
Like, okay, cool.
He decided. Yeah, we really geared up for Halloween as well this week. I watched Jeepers Creepers, which I did not know when I fucking picked it out that it was directed by fucking Victor Silva or whatever, that fucking pedo guy that we just did for Powder. I was like, pedo with Powder.
Very hard piece.
Oh, it made me so mad. And then I watched it anyway because I hadn't seen it in so long. And I was like, well, I gotta see if this is like just as weird and crazy as like Powder was.
Was it?
And it was better. Like, it wasn't as creepy in terms of, like, the scenes that we talked about in Powder. Like, Justin Long. Justin Long is kind of the main guy. So it was, I think I saw someone call him, like, a Scream King. Because he does, and I was like, that's an appropriate title for him. But yeah, no, I didn't enjoy it that much. It was real tedious and kind of aggravating in the beginning. I think if they would have stuck with it more, though, like the beginning, instead they go with the crazy demon stuff. I don't know. It still went off the rails, and I remember that's what I didn't like about it when I was young.
Because it's like a fucking monster.
Yeah, he's like this big giant winged monster, and he comes every 28 years. He comes to feed.
It's like Mimic or like the Relic or something.
Yeah. So it was whatever to me. Not like it's never been one of my like horror movie staples for a reason.
I always got that one mixed up for some reason with Joyride.
Yeah, I think it's just because you're out in the country or whatever. Yeah, I prefer Joyride over that one. Yeah. We also watched Urban Legend. Do you remember that one?
I remember the name.
Honestly, I liked it now because we also have watched I Know What You Did Last Summer more recently. Mm-hmm. And
have you seen the new one of those?
I haven't. No. But so I'm like, you know what? I used to watch Urban Legend a lot around that time frame when I was like an early teenager. And it was better to me like than I Know What You Did Last Summer. I can't really tell you why. I just feel like the dialogue, everything, even the plot, it's ridiculous, but it was still just fun. Like, it had more of there was more death scenes. Like, I feel like I Know What You didn't have enough. Like, it was creepy, but not, Urban Legend, I think, just handled, like, it has the extreme, the one guy where she shoves the Pop Rocks and Drano down his, like, throat. And it's, like, Perry from Dawson's Creek. Like, so just things like that. And then, spoiler alert, but the end, Rebecca Gayheart was the killer. It was so it had, like, the girl killer, like, it was a fun little, twist kind of at the end. And then the guy who did Lex Luthor in Smallville is also in it. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun actually watching that one. So I was like, that was a good Halloween watch. I also did Sleepy Hollow, which the Tim Burton one, when it came out, I remember being kind of underwhelmed by it. And I didn't hate it, but I just never, like, watched it a bunch. And so I redid that one this year. Also was better than I remembered, and I had more fun watching it as well. I do like how Johnny Depp really committed to Ichabod being like a weenie, like all the way to the end. Yeah. Like even when because at one point when the horseman guy is like coming back, like they got him, they solved everything, whatever. And then he still like kind of like puts Christina Ricci in front of him a little bit. Like that little scene like that was pretty funny. Christopher Walken, I mean, come on. It was, it was funny.
No, I love that one when it came out because I was obsessed with Johnny Depp and I always loved Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
And I also watched Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, recently. Nice. I think I watched that one a few years ago too, and it's just still zany and it's a classic. Yeah, it's a good one. On actual Halloween, we watched The Halloween Tree, which I had never heard of. My husband had recollections from his childhood about it. Turns out it was like a Ray Bradbury novel or maybe a short story. I'm not sure. It's one I had never read before. And he even narrates it. And it came out in 93, kids cartoon basically. It was fun. It was something I'd never seen before. And then we also did Scooby-Doo in the Ghoul School.
Oh, you said that right?
Yeah. I wanted to go to that school. Like, I thought that would have been cool. So it was fun to watch that. Leading up to Halloween, I finally watched Midnight Mass. Little tedious at times. I'm an ex-Catholic, so there's points where I just feel like I'm at Mass or like getting preached to, and I'm not into that.
I don't enjoy that.
Yeah, but I did love that it's basically like, how delusional can a Catholic priest get? So that commentary I thought was very funny.
Spoiler alert, pretty delusional.
Pretty delusional. But I do recommend it still because, like I said, the overall plot I liked enough. It's just some of the actors I really didn't like in certain scenes, and but still was a good build up to the week because I basically watched like almost an episode or two like during the week because it's only 7 episodes long, so it's not like a huge commitment.
Right.
But we've sprinkled still The Expanse as well, the sci-fi show. We're on season 2 now. It's so good. There's something I want to tell you, but I can't because I really want you to watch it. So I don't want you to ruin. I don't want to ruin it, but it's good. It's getting good.
I just finished everything right now. Like that's why I couldn't think of anything that I've been watching because I think I've just been putting on like
random,
documentaries and then just like playing on my phone.
No, not the doom scrolling.
I've been the doom scrolling.
And the really funny thing was, so when I take like a shower, I'll listen to like a podcast usually while I'm like watching my hair and stuff. But, so I put on Old Gods of Appalachia, and it just happened the episode that I put on Halloween night was about vampires. And they haven't really done vampires in the show yet. I'm 5 seasons in too, so I finally almost caught up with like as they're releasing now. So I've listened to almost like 4 years, 5 years, like 4.5 years, 5 years of the show now, and I crammed it, and I think I started it like last year. So it's real good. So yeah, we had a very festive October, and we are ready for fantasy and fellowship.
Yes.
For the month of November. We're doing Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring today, extended version, because we are not normal.
Hardcore. Actually, I was pretty happy that we did the extended version because it's been so long since I've seen it.
Exactly. And then you get the full, like...
And I have seen these movies so many times that I'm like, ooh, that's new, that's new, that's new, that's new.
Yeah, it's today's episode was a good pick.
Yes.
Yes, I'm happy you chose these. Willow will be the next episode. I'll be honest, I have not seen Willow probably since I was like staying at your house, like sometime in our distant childhood. Mm-hmm. So that'll probably be like almost watching it for the first time again, because I have vague recollections.
You're gonna love it.
So, of course, Christmas season will pop up in December. We've kind of been winging it this year. Obviously, we had a lot of stuff that kind of was going on. So we've made a lot of the times we'll have themes like kind of planned out, sometimes months in advance. This year we've kind of had to, go off the rails a little bit sometimes. So we will make that announcement on the next episode of what we've actually chosen. We do have January's already picked out, though, because as is tradition now. Yes. We're carrying on with a January alien, sci-fi type theme. And Jessica, why don't you tell them the theme of that one? Because I'm just so excited for it. I just give them a little teaser.
Are you there, aliens? It's us film gazers.
If you don't get that joke, it's Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which was a book that really shaped some of my younger childhood.
I feel like it was a big one back then, especially for girls.
Yeah. So we're going to combine that with some aliens.
Mashup.
So that'll be really fun. But December's theme we'll announce next episode. We'll think about it. TBA. So in this episode, we watched 2001's Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, Extended Edition. It was directed by Peter Jackson. The screenplay was by Fran Walsh, Philippa Boyens, and Peter Jackson. It was based on The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. It was produced by Barry M. Osborne, Peter Jackson, Fran Walsh, and Tim Sanders. It was starring Elijah Wood, Ian McKellen, Liv Tyler, Viggo Mortensen, Sean Astin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So my brain always wants to say Shane. When I see it spelled that way.
Sean, you're like, what?
I know. Kate Blanchett, John Rhys Davies, Billy Boyd, Dominic Monaghan, Orlando Bloom, Christopher Lee, Hugo Weaving, Sean Bean, Ian Holm, Andy Serkis. Who was Gollum?
Gollum.
Cinematography was by Andrew Lesney, edited by John Gilbert, and music was by Howard Shore. It was released in December of 2001. The running time, this says 178 minutes, but I think that was the theatrical information regarding that. Because does that translate into 3.5 hours? Because that's the one we watched.
It was actually closer to 4.
Yeah. And the budget was $93 million. The box office was $887.8 million.
Nice.
So this was only, though, the second highest grossing film of 2001. The first was Harry Potter. But it was the 5th highest grossing film of all time at that point. At the 74th Academy Awards, it was nominated for 13, including Best Picture, winning for Best Cinematography, Best Makeup, Best Original Score, and Best Visual Effects. Boom, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So the production was an unprecedented scope. Obviously, these fun facts are going to kind of be just more of the interesting tidbits, a little bit of the origins, but as I'm sure everyone's aware, there are documentaries of the making ofs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to know about this, there's obviously the fan base and all of the content you could ever want. So I just kind of went with the certain things I found interesting.
Mm-hmm. These are my fun facts.
These are some of my fun facts. So, a production team of over 2,400 and 26,000 extras worked on the film for 5 years.
Whoa.
Because this was one of the first ones that was like consecutively done. They built 64 miniature sets. They even had some called bigatures because they were like quite larger than a miniature. He also decided, Jackson did, that every single item in Middle Earth should be made from scratch.
Whoa.
So everything you see in this entire film was entirely made by them. Like there was,
I wonder why, though.
Because this is what he said. I had to create the most believable world I could. The decision was to make it feel very historical, with the levels of detail creating the illusion that the viewers were actually immersing themselves in this as a real world. Like in Hobbiton and everything, this stuff was like a year in advance in the making. They did all the gardens, all of like the landscaping things they needed to do a year in advance. So by the time they got there to film, it would have already looked like lived in and done and settled. Exactly.
That's so amazing.
Super cool. So due to its December release in 2001, this is not too long after 9/11. So all films that had mentioned terrorism or the World Trade Center, anything with airplanes, were put on hold from release during that time. So due to that, the film was never pre-previewed or tested with any audiences, which I thought was pretty interesting because, I mean, a lot
especially
of
on that scale.
Yeah, on that scale. And, you know, like a lot of these facts and trivia that I'm always looking up, a lot of it is like, oh, and then they, you know, the audience test is usually always somehow listed in them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, this was not.
They're like, we don't give a shit.
Yeah, they just a few fun facts of how this did differ from the book is that the prologue condenses a lot of the backstory regarding the Last Alliance's 7-year siege of Barad-dûr during they make it kind of in a single battle, you know, and everything with Sauron. Some events and characters from the book were condensed or omitted, like Tom Bombadil.
Yeah.
He's been omitted out of all of them, and he's the one character I always wanted to see brought to life.
Yeah.
So that is, I have to say, a really gut-wrenching thing for me, because I feel like I'm just never going to get Tom Bombadil, and I loved him.
No, probably not.
I know.
I wonder why they didn't think that was relevant. Or
I don't know. It's just such a fun part of it. To me, like, when I read The Hobbit, and you get to that part, even with Tom Bombadil, like, that was when I really started getting immersed into the world. And so, just one of my biggest disappointments.
Yeah.
Like, not Tom.
See, to me, I always forget about Tom Bombadil.
Everyone seems to.
What about Tom?
So originally the time between Gandalf leaving the ring with Frodo and returning was actually like 17 years in the books.
Yeah, I don't remember that
but they also condensed that, obviously. And they added a little bit of stuff from the Two Towers at the end of the film, being Boromir's death and is it Uruk-hai?
Uruk-hai?
Yeah, I think so. That one's hard for me to say.
Uruk-hai.
That way it would have a more linear kind of climax.
I think it's Uruk-hai.
Maybe. Okay, Uruk-hai, yeah.
Uruk-hai.
So they did that, so that way there would be some kind of, you know, climactic ending a little bit, and then you can pick up with the next one. And also the tone of the Moria, like when they go into the mines and everything, that was changed from the book quite a bit, because Gandalf actually advocates for that road. And it's the rest of the company that was against using it, except for Gimli. And he says there is hope that Moria is still free. There's even a chance that dwarves are there. No one really thinks it's likely. Frodo insists on a vote, but then they're being chased by the wargs. And so that's when they decide that they're just going to have to do it. And they don't even know all the dwarves are dead till they get to Balin's tomb. So they kind of just sped that up a little bit and everything. So yeah, that was just some of the book facts. I've read all the books. I know you have.
And I read them quite often.
You read them multiple times, right?
Still.
Yeah. I've only read them once fully through. The Hobbit and all. Like, I've read all of them. I'll say maybe twice on The Hobbit.
Yeah. It's been a few years, I think.
I was going to start all of them over again, and then I got through The Hobbit, and I'm just not a huge fantasy reader, so I was like, I got to take a break, and then I never started Lord of the Rings again.
It's just been lately, this year especially, it's been hard for me to read. I don't know why.
For all the doom scrolling, it's taken our ability to focus for longer periods of time.
Scary, huh?
Yeah. So regarding more of the development, Miramax had spent $14 million to develop the project, but because of how it was projected and everything, and the Weinstein brothers were involved, specifically Harvey, and they had him make a pitch for 2 movies instead of 3 to maybe be able to, save some money. Disney had rejected the proposal. It was also known, though, that Tolkien stated he never wanted Disney involved in anything with Lord of the Rings because he apparently did not like Snow White. I didn't see any elaboration on that, but he just did not like the film of Snow White and the Seven Dwarves and how
original?
Disney... because he was... Tolkien was old, so... Yeah, he didn't like that, and so he always stated, he didn't want Disney involved, basically, in any of it. So apparently Weinstein was somehow able to even get around that with these initial project things. But basically, it just kind of wasn't working out. So what I have is Weinstein reluctantly was letting Jackson shop it around, basically, because Disney just wasn't going to bite with all of the proposed budgets and everything. So he laid it out to other studios, but Jackson later said that he was happy that the deal with Harvey fell through, calling him a real bully and who ruled through mafia thuggery. And then he had also wanted Jackson to give it to Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, what would Quentin Tarantino know what to do with Lord of the Rings? Absolutely not. And then he also forbade him to cast Mira Sorvino and Ashley Judd, because as we know, they were victims of Harvey Weinstein. Mm-hmm. So he was already trying to be this fucking uber dick like he is. So after that point, Jackson even vowed he would never work with him. So he never did.
Good for him.
Yeah. And instead, New Line Cinema chief executive Robert Shea was the one who approved and got a $300 million combined budget for all 3 of the films. So he sealed the deal.
Nice.
Yes.
And he did a good thing.
Yes, I know. I'm I couldn't imagine what these could have been if the Weinstein and Disney were involved and stuff.
Because it still, to me, still holds up so well.
Mm-hmm. So Sir Christopher Lee, Saruman, he has read The Lord of the Rings once a year, every year, since it had come out until his death in 2015.
Nice.
Every year.
I did it every other year.
Yeah, that is crazy. He was the only member of the cast and crew that ever actually met J.R.R. Tolkien.
Oh.
So, he was...
Dedicated,
and they even used him, apparently he would come in, when people are doing makeup and stuff, and he would even help them, tell them how faces should look of, certain, orcs awesome. And this, and, he was, well-respected, and he knew his shit.
And he's, a actor.
Yeah, exactly. But so there was another actor cast as Aragorn first, and they even shot for a few days, and his name was Stuart Townsend. I looked him up as I had never heard of him. He was in Queen of the Damned, and he was also in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah, and he didn't go on to do much of anything.
They made a wise
super
choice.
Notable. It was mainly because he was so young. He was 26 at the time. And Aragorn is supposed to be older. Mm-hmm. And Jackson was just this isn't going to work. He's just too young. And so they got Viggo Mortensen, randomly in the middle of this, shooting. They'd already been started shooting. And he basically agreed to do it just because his son encouraged him to. Mm-hmm. His son liked the books. And his son was 11 at the time. It was no, you should fucking do that.
It was perfect.
He was 41 at the time. So,
perfect.
He's older than the original actor. And here is where I get my little love for Viggo Mortensen out, mm-hmm. because Aragorn is probably one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. So he prepared for the role by immersing himself in the character. He did do some method acting. He lived as Aragorn off camera by camping in costume and sleeping outside, doing all of it. He committed to the role by learning sword fighting, horseback riding. He did most of all of his own stunts. And he carried the sword with him literally everywhere, even when he wasn't filming.
That's badass.
Yeah. And the veteran swordmaster Bob Anderson is quoted calling him the best swordsman I ever trained.
At 41.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I would say so. So Orlando Bloom originally auditioned for the part of Faramir, which was more of the supporting character in the next two movies, but he was called back and cast instead as Legolas. And he also did his own stunts, broke a rib in the process, and he learned archery in like 2 months. Nice. Was how he prepared for his role.
And I enjoyed him as Legolas.
Yeah, apparently he only says, like, the only lines he says to Frodo in the entire first movie is, "And you have my bow." And that's literally the only time he talks to Frodo in the entire film. Isn't that crazy? So here's a funny fact. Sean Connery was offered $10 million per film plus 15% of the trilogy's gross for the role of Gandalf. So he could have made like $210 million if he would have done it, and he turned it down, reportedly due to not understanding the story. And I just want to point out that this is also where a year or two later, he does League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And that was the last movie he ever did, because he was also quoted as saying that he didn't understand that movie either. So Sean Connery is the most not fantastical man that I think
or he was maybe getting
acted.
Dementia or something like that.
I have no idea, but like it's just so funny hearing Sean Connery stories of like all these roles that he would turn down. Like I'm like, he's the most unimaginative actor I've heard about.
Right.
Like he was just meant to play James Bond and like be in The Rock. Like
that's it. And Indiana Jones.
Yeah, there you go. So obviously Ian McKellen got it instead.
And he was perfect.
And he almost wasn't going to do it either, just because he had been doing the X-Men films. So he told them, like, someone...
didn't realize it was the same time.
Yeah, someone called him, was like, why, like, we would really think you would do good. And he was like, your filming starts when I still have, like, 3 or 4 more days left of X-Men. They're like, well, we'll work around that, bitch. So they got Ian McKellen. He had never read The Lord of the Rings before. So this was, like, his introduction to it was being fucking Gandalf. Another funny one was Sean Bean hates flying, apparently, and he would always avoid it if he could. So on one of the scenes when they're in the snowy mountains, everyone else got helicoptered, like, up there. He would dress fully as Boromir and then go hike up the mountain for 2 hours and meet them up there.
Oh,
because
damn.
that is how much he did not want to fly. So I was like, all right, Sean, it was pretty hardcore, though.
Yeah, to hike for 2 hours before you start filming.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were actually on a mountain.
Yeah, like that's where, most of this was shot a lot in New Zealand.
Right.
And the island is just amazing in terms of like habitats and like all these, because they even said that like it has a little bit of everything on one island. Like to have something that looks kind of deserty, to have something look like a lush mountain, to have some, like they have just so many beautiful landscapes to choose from. So they were just flying their asses all around New Zealand on these cool places that, yeah, some of them were done pretty remotely and naturally. Like,
can you imagine being able to work on something like that?
I know. I can't even imagine.
It couldn't happen to better people, though.
Yeah, like, and everyone that worked on it, like, another fun thing was that part of the WETA, W-E-T-A is the name of Jackson's, like, special effect, like, the crew and everything, they worked on that. So a lot of those people were the orcs that were the smiths, like, making it. Nice. So they had them dressed as the orcs. Like, it seems like one of those franchises where, everyone was just so involved and, like, giving it their all. Yeah. And you can tell, you know. So another funny thing, James Horner was contacted to compose the music, but was unavailable, again, because he was doing A Beautiful Mind. He was also the guy who was originally asked for the Harry Potter movie, and then it went to John Williams instead, because Horner turned it down for A Beautiful Mind. And then...
like, was it worth it?
I know.
Was it worth it?
Andrew and I were talking about it this morning, and it was funny, though, because he was like, well, A Beautiful Mind, though, was like, it still was nominated for stuff, too. Like, it was pretty highly regarded. I'm like, yeah, and I was like, I know hindsight's 20/20 and all, but you passed up 2 franchises where you would have, like, made amazing scores multiple times over. Like, to me, it was just crazy that guy turned down 2 huge franchises.
That's true, but the Lord of the Rings score is so fucking epic to me.
It was meant to be, yeah.
Sometimes I listen to it while I'm walking, Because it makes me feel like I'm like on an epic journey.
Yes.
Like it is just so, I don't know, inspiring to me. So I'm glad he got it. I'm glad he turned it down. You stick to Titanic, motherfucker.
So another fun one that I just thought was also funny was Sir Ian Holmes, who plays Bilbo. They had made a cast iron version of the puppet face they had for when his face goes all crazy, because he just loved that scene. He thought it was so like great and funny and horrific. So they cast ironed it and gave him as a parting gift.
That's
on his
awesome.
and he just loved it. And one little sad fact that I saw that I was just like, well, no, I have to share that with everyone so they can be as sad as I am, was the moth that comes and saves Gandalf from the tower. So that moth was born shortly before the filming that day and then died soon after the scene was done. Because it's a moth. They don't have very long lifespans and stuff. But it was so sad. We're like, he saved Gandalf. That was his purpose in life.
And then he passed.
So that was just some of the fun stuff, obviously.
So that was a real moth for that scene.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
That was so cute.
I know. I thought the same thing. Yeah, and there's a bunch of facts about all kinds of stuff in there. Obviously, go watch YouTube, go watch the DVDs. You can get more of the information. I didn't even go into all of the camera work, that we know that this involved, where they did all the different, like, trick photography and, making Gandalf large compared to Frodo. Like, everyone was always, like, 3 feet back kind of from one another.
Oh, my God.
While still moving in tandem with the camera to keep that perspective up.
Yeah.
Like, it's really amazing, all of the stuff that Jackson even had the forethought, like to even, because like it was even mentioned where there was like one scene when like Frodo's looking at the ring when it falls, and like, but it's like in the same kind of focus, and how they were able to achieve that was they literally made a ring that was like 6 inches bigger and like put that, and that's how they were able to get that perspective. Like, it's just amazing what they accomplished.
And all of that, I will say, from behind, those hobbits look hilarious. Like, you can tell that's not Elijah Wood from behind. Like, when they're coming from behind and they're like, oh, you're like, yeah, that's a double.
This is funny. But yeah, that's those are the ones that I thought were interesting enough to share today. So with that, Jess is going to take it away with the Googled summary.
The future of civilization rests in the fate of the One Ring, which has been lost for centuries. Powerful forces are unrelenting in their search for it, but fate has placed it in the hands of a young hobbit named Frodo Baggins, who inherits the ring and steps into legend. A daunting task lies ahead for Frodo when he becomes the Ring Bearer, to destroy the One Ring in the fires of Mount Doom, from whence it was forged.
All right. So let's get into our memories with this one. Lord of the Rings! That's one of my first memories that pops up because the year was 2001. I was at the Gentry's. There are trailers for this film on all the time on the TV. Mm-hmm. They got a little kitchen TV, as one would have back then. Mm-hmm. And the trailer would come on, and the music would be, like, real epic, and then her mom would sing it like that, and then it just became, like, synonymous. And then we would always, anytime it came on, that's what you would be singing.
Every time.
Lord of the Rings! And to this day, I do it all the time. It'll pop in my head. So if someone mentions Lord of the Rings, I'm singing that in my head. So that's my first memory of this film.
You're like, every time we hear the intro.
I know. Now, this one I did not see in theaters.
I don't think I did either. I think I watched it on DVD.
I do think, yeah.
I'm pretty sure we got it for Christmas, and then I watched it on DVD.
Yeah, this was a we gotta wait till it comes out kind of thing.
I know I watched Return of the King in theaters.
Nice. I don't think I saw any of them in theaters, which is very sad. That would have been amazing watches to see, but that was a time in my life when I could not go to the movies a lot. So,
and I had just graduated high school like shortly thereafter because I graduated high school in 2002.
Okay, yeah.
So,
and these were made like consecutively, yeah. Right. So it was a huge chunk. Yeah, I have a lot of recollections of that, but also one of the scenes that always, I don't know why it sticks out, but it is when they're being chased by the Nine, the Wraiths, and they're under that tree part.
And they're hiding there.
Yeah, and they're hiding. It's just one of the scenes for some reason that just sticks with me.
It's a really good one.
It is. It's really good. There's like a lot of anticipation. I was reading too where people say that like Peter Jackson with his horror background, like he was able to really capture some of that like anxiety, yeah, and like fear maybe that you would have in some of these situations. Just how he's able to do that with camera shots and lighting and things like that. So that was interesting. And then of course the Balrog with the "You shall not pass!"
Because that was everywhere. Everywhere. You did it for everything.
And then one thing I did forget is that Viggo Mortensen has a slight like Kermit voice to me.
Does he?
Like I don't know how to describe it. It's not Kermit, but it's like that. It kind of has that in certain. I don't know, because I think there was a time he was like Frodo, or like I don't know. I can't think of the word
like
that to describe like like that kind of throat voice, in certain things. But
did it for me.
But I still loved him, and he was still probably.
You know, I think one of my favorite thing is I saw like a little TikTok video about this too, but rewatching it like cements it of just like what kind of quality of man is in Lord of the Rings. Like these are these are men, you know, they're like sensitive, they're like looking after each other, they're in touch with their feelings, they're not ashamed to cry over like their friend, and they have compassion. I'm like, these are some high quality men in this movie. Like people need to aspire to be men like this. Like this needs to be their kind of role model.
Why can't you all just be like Aragorn? Jesus,
exactly.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Or Legolas, or Frodo, or Sam. Because to me, Sam is also one of my favorites. He is my favorite in the whole franchise. Is Sam.
Overall, you might be right. I think I love Aragorn, but I love Sam because I just want to say too that Sam. I have it in my notes that he's the first to like fuck up a bitch. Like when they're like first going, he's like, "Back, you beans," or something. Like
he's like, "I'm starting to get the hang of this."
He is ready to go. Like, and everyone else was like, but he was the first to be like, you know what? No, he even charged them first. Like that's where I'm like, Sam
fuck it.
is the fucking man.
Sam the man.
Sam the man. It of course starts as Lord of the Rings is wont to do with the prologue. Which I guess the studios only wanted to be like a minute or two long. And he's like, no. So we get the epic intro. Apparently they also did it a couple of times. Gandalf narrated it. They had Frodo even try to narrate it. And they just said none of it felt right. And then that's when they had Cate Blanchett do it. Because they were like, well, she was an elf too. Like this would let you know the timelessness of the elves. That they've been around like this entire time.
And she's got a good voice for that.
Yes. And so we watched the extended cut, so we did get more of the Isiliador bits. A lot of that wasn't in the... Isiliador. Yeah. It's hard for me to say. But we get a little more of those clips of that, because you didn't get that apparently in the theatrical one. So I did see that. I like it when he cuts his fingies off, though.
His giant fingies.
His giant fingies.
And I was like, okay, so Soren's a witch... Mount Doom is his cauldron. And he used his essence to create these spell rings.
Basically. The one gripe I have with the intro part is the narrator is saying about, like, when the ring, by the most unlikely of creatures, Bilbo, a hobbit. But we know Gollum was a hobbit.
They said he was a creature like a hobbit. They didn't say he was a hobbit.
But then later we know he was Smeagol. He was
Smeagol wasn't a hobbit.
Oh, he wasn't a hobbit. He was a
creature like a hobbit, but he wasn't a hobbit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're similar, but they're not hobbits.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense then, because I was like, I thought Smeagol was a hobbit.
I think they're similar, but he's
just another, what do they call them, the free folk or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
See, that makes more sense, because when they were just saying, he was a creature, I'm like, but he was, like, more human, like that's what I was thinking. When they say creature, I kept thinking, like, he was always some kind of weird little monster thing. Right. But I was like, but he was, like, a hobbit. Okay, that makes more sense then, overall, because I'm like, but Smeagol.
But Smeagol, he wasn't always Gollum.
I know.
They call him that.
Thank you. That clarifies it up for sure.
Because he has that wet cough from living in those damp caves.
In the beginning, of course, they have your favorite line: "Keep it secret. Keep it safe."
Yes, that is my life motto. Also, one of my favorite lines is, "It is no bad thing to celebrate a simple life." Mm-hmm. That's also one of my favorites.
That's a good one. I mean, this is Lord of the Rings. It's classic. It feels weird almost to be reviewing this one, because I have to say all my notes, they aren't really notes. It was just kind of me remembering certain things of the story that maybe it's just been that long since I've seen them.
Or like my favorite
but
scenes.
The one thing I can safely say is this is basically a perfect film.
Yeah.
It is. Like, I literally can't say anything wrong about it. Every scene, including the extended edition.
It only made it better.
It had a purpose. Mm-hmm. Literally every single scene.
Yes.
It all served its purpose. It all had to be there. Like, I'm at a loss for words from after watching it this week, where I'm like, it is a perfect movie.
Mm-hmm. And like like you said, the way he captured like some of the terror, like I'm like, that would be so fucking scary.
Yeah, like everything was just so well done. Yes, was there one or two couple of like, it was early CG, so certain things when it was more of like, I think Frodo was something kind of behind him, like, and then when he was like wearing the ring, sure, maybe you can nitpick at that if you really wanted to, but literally every fucking scene had served its purpose. It had everything that you need to progress the story. There was never a time when I was bored. Mm-hmm. There was never a time when I was distracted. Like, you just watch it.
It's funny because my memories of watching it the first time as a kid at 16, whatever, I remember there was like a lot of boring scenes. I always remember the Fellowship being the boring one.
Yeah.
But I think it was to its detriment that it wasn't released as the extended one, because I think they cut out a lot of the more exciting scenes, it felt like.
Or at least like a little more of that back information to where then you are more invested.
Yeah.
First saw the movie, I don't think I had read the book yet. I think at that point I had only ever read The Hobbit. I don't think I had got to the trilogy yet.
Because I don't remember when I first read. It must have been the movies first, and then that got me into reading the books.
Yeah, I mean, like, I should read these. Yeah, because I had read The Hobbit already. I do know that. That's why I've read it twice in my life, because I read it once when I was younger, and I enjoyed it, but again, I just never was a huge fantasy reader.
I think I saw the cartoon as a kid, too.
Yes, like I have vague recollections of the 70s cartoon as well. But no, this one, it's just perfection. And like, even Andrew sat and watched most of it with me. 3.5 hours. We're like, let's do it. Like, I took an intermission because I had to go run to the post office and deliver some Etsy packages. But then I came back, and then I was like, all right.
See, I broke it up into 2 days. And the second, whatever day it was, when I was in the cave troll scene, when they were in the Mines of Moria. And when I have like the sound bar on it, especially if you're in this room, like it sounds like intense. And he comes out and he's like, what the fuck are you watching? He's like, this has been like the most epic scene for like 20 minutes. He's like, I'm here with my headphones on.
You're like, I'm going to the mines.
I was like, Lord of the Rings, we're in the Mines of Moria. It was a cave troll.
That's great. No, it was so good because it also captures, somehow they are just walking. Like, let's be honest, even when you think back to reading the books, even most fantasy books, most of what you're reading is just about people walking, like, in the woods.
I love that.
But they
That's
do
always
it.
been my favorite thing.
They do it so well. And then, like I said, every scene that's captured, even if they're just walking, like, you're able to convey a lot of stuff without, I mean, even talking much. Like I said, Legolas doesn't even talk to Frodo in, like, most of the movie. Like, and yet they're still able to, like, have this sense of camaraderie already as well a little bit. Now, Boromir. Let's talk about Boromir. What are your thoughts on Boromir after this watch?
As far as a person? Or
as a character or anything like that.
I mean, I kind of get where he's coming from as far as, like, he really just wants to help his people.
Yeah, he just wants to help
feel like
Gondor.
He was weak, obviously.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm like, Boromir is a weak man, but he was a good man overall. Because
he wanted to be a good man.
Yeah, and
he's still his father's child, let's be honest. Do you remember his dad?
Yes.
Denethor. So he kind of can't help it.
Yeah.
So in reality, Faramir was actually the better person, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like he was a stronger, because he never tried to take the ring from Frodo. Like, he wasn't really tempted by it.
True. And that's where with Boromir, I feel for him, though, because
he had so much pressure as the firstborn also, though.
And he was so self-aware of it, though.
Yeah.
Like, that is one thing where it's like, his dad's like, ugh. So it's like, for him to be self-aware of, like, he knows he doesn't probably need the ring, but he also has that desire. Yeah. And he's just a little weak to the power of Sauron, too, obviously. So I just thought that was really interesting for me during this rewatch. Because I'll remember from the last time I watched this film was probably a while ago, like probably over a decade, So, and I remember...
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I like them, but, they're...
Oh, I watch them every year.
You have to get into them. Like, they're a feat. So.
Yeah, because I love watching, like, trilogies on
because once I watched the extended edition when I was, like, a late teenager, maybe even 20. But I was, like, probably between the ages of 17 to 20, and I watched the extended editions in a whole day, mind you. Like, back to back. And I was like, those were fucking amazing. Like, so I only will watch the extended editions now. Like, I feel like you just can't go back.
It's been so long since I've seen the extended editions that I usually watch the regular ones every year.
Yeah, because when they came out, I would watch them, the theatrical release, like on the DVD or whatever. But then when they released all the extendeds, and I had watched those, and I was like, just blown away. And then I've never watched the theatricals ever again. I've only ever watched the extended.
I could see why. Now.
Yeah,
now I'm gonna have to watch all of them.
Oh, I am too.
Yeah. Totally. As soon as I was done, I was like, "Oh, let me go ahead." No, don't start the second one.
I know. And then with stuff like that too, like if we are doing trilogies or certain things where I do want to go on and move, I try not to do it before we record, because then I know my brain's gonna get like both of the films confused.
Yes, just like, was that Twilight or was it?
Yeah, for Twilight I was getting some. You were too, because you went ahead of me a little bit, and then you'd be like, "Oh wait, no, that's the next one."
That's not this one.
So I'm glad I didn't go right into it too, because even after we watched it, and Andrew's like, he's like, "All right, you gotta go through the other." I'm like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be watching the Two Towers and Return of the King," but those are also like 4.5 hours long.
Yeah,
so
worth it.
I still gotta like plan a day.
I was like, now I can't wait to watch Return of the King.
I know it's gonna be so good. I feel like all we're doing in this episode is like, oh my god, I just love it, but it's true.
Well, what I was going to say is, especially Return of the King, I think it was so, like, I'm going through anything, like, really hard or really bad, or if anything's happening, I always think to myself, at least you don't have to do a battle with fucking orcs. Like, at least that's not in the world with you.
You're like, hey,
I don't have to fight an orc today.
Fight an orc, so...
There could be orcs wanting to eat my man flesh. That's not happening, so it's a good day.
This rewatch, though, also made me remember how Merry and Pippin can be just the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're
into shit all the time.
Like, while watching this one, and then I realized, I'm like, a lot of this is all just Merry and Pippin's fault.
Mostly Pippin.
Like, mostly Pippin.
Mostly Peregrine Took.
Fucking Tooks.
Fucking Tooks. I love that when he's like, just throw yourself in next time and do us all a favor.
That is one thing that did differ. In the books, it was just a little pebble that he just kind of like flicks in the thing, and then they can kind of hear like what's going on. But in the film, they They made it a whole like thing of armor.
You know, one thing
Instant trauma.
I did think was funny. I wrote in my notes of when Bilbo leaves after his big party.
Oh yes.
I was like, that's pretty brave. Going off at night all turned up, going to walk to wherever.
I know, and then
I was like, how millennial of him.
I know, and then we later discover when the company, the Fellowship, basically reaches
Rivendell.
Is it Rivendell? He's at Rivendell, right? Not Lothrien.
Not Lothlorien.
Yeah, what is it?
Lothlorien.
Lothlorien.
Lothlorien. Lothlorien. It's Lother.
Lian or Ian? Oh, okay, yeah.
Owen, something like that.
Yeah, so when he does reach it to where Liv Tyler.
That's Rivendell.
Yeah, Rivendell. And then there's Bilbo. He's like, oh, hey, Frodo. I'm here. This is where I'm off to. Oh, I also loved when they were on their journey to Rivendell, when they stumble upon and they say, oh, look, it's Bilbo's trolls.
Yes.
Because there were still the trolls. I love that.
Yeah, I like that part too.
Yeah, and like I said, this is why they're just walking, but they still make it so interesting and like fun and everything. Every little part. And then, of course, said Arwen. Yeah, let's talk about her too for a little bit.
I want a movie of just her and his love story. Like, I fucking love Aragorn Arwen. Mm-hmm. And I loved Liv Tyler in this movie when I was young.
I was gonna say, I remember such like almost a cult like obsession that people had for her as Arwen.
Yes.
And I am not here to yuck anyone's yum, because I like her too, but it's a little weird to me.
I think I don't know, she just looks so elf-like. Her skin was luminous.
It is, but I really like Galadriel. Like, Kate Blanchett to me was the one that she was the one I liked more out of the elven women, I guess. So that was one thing that still didn't change necessarily. I still was like, I still kind of like Galadriel better, but
she's an elf witch.
Yeah. Badass. But I still did love, after seeing Liv Tyler again in this role for this part of the film, I was like, oh, okay, like, I just get it. Like, I enjoyed it more, too.
To me, I associate her with, like, moonlight.
Yes, that's good.
Like
Galadriel and...
Yeah, she's more of, like, sunshine. Like, she's more dappled light through the woods because she's the wood elf.
Yes.
But, like, Rivendell and all that is, like, moonlight. Like, pale and luminous.
Ooh, I love it.
And especially with the elven star, like, that she gives him, like, the...
Does that represent her mortality?
I don't know. I don't remember what that represents.
Yeah, I was 100%. Trying to remember, too, and I could not. I should have, like, that's one of the facts I should have looked up.
Because, like, first off, elves can die. Like, you can kill an elf.
Yeah,
like,
they just won't die of natural causes.
Right,
yeah.
But even if they remain behind... I don't think she dies, because I remember reading of, like, the after story, because after he dies, she still remains looking the same, and then she disappears into the woods. But it never mentions her dying, so I didn't think that they became mortal if they didn't retreat to, like, wherever they were going. Like, because they're going across the sea to, like, never return.
Yes, yeah.
But I didn't think that mean that left them immortal here. I mean, mortal if they stayed. So I don't know.
I thought it was more okay, because the way that of the information we do, obviously this is a very little speck in the grand scheme of this movie. So they don't go like real hard into it. But because that's what I was thinking too, is immortality. And then I thought, maybe it's just almost like a choice they have. Like, because they're magical, are they able to just maybe stop the, like, immortality?
Process,
yeah,
right.
like, they are able to give them.
But I know that's not true, because, like I said, I read what happened.
Yeah. So, that's interesting.
So it's still tragic.
Because he's still going to die.
Yeah, exactly.
She's going to have to be alone.
Yeah. She's going to have to be with him whatever time she has with him.
I know.
And he's already 41, so... Back then, it was probably only like 20 more years.
Well, Viggo Mortensen was 41,
he lived a lot.
In the books, he's supposed to be like 80 or something, is what was written in some of my notes.
I don't think he was that old.
Was he?
There's no way he was supposed to be that old.
Okay, interesting.
I thought he was like 40 also.
Oh, okay. Maybe
I don't know. I'm like I said, it's been a little bit since I've read the books.
It's been
also
a long time. So it's been, probably 2 decades.
Full years.
It's been a long time.
But
probably like 18 years or so. But I loved Liv Tyler's character still. I was like, okay, like I see a little more of why everyone was so obsessed with her this time around. But again, I still loved Kate Blanchett's character. And just when she's like, "Rah!" Like when she's like going to the ring and stuff, I was like, for some reason, I forgot about this and that entire scene.
Oh no, I remember that.
I did not remember it at all. So I was like, oh man, I forgot about this.
It's like, instead of a king,
like just, I know, and just imagine, I'm like, what if she would have got the ring?
You can't use it though. The ring only responds
exactly,
to Sauron.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what.
Well, I guess I meant if she had that kind of power that the ring could, like, it would be interesting. Like, what is she gonna do with it? Now, did you go and try to watch the Amazon show that was about her?
I didn't even bother.
I got quite a far into it.
It was about Galadriel?
Yes.
Okay,
it's about her. And yeah, it's about her, and it was like some of her journey and everything, and her leaving and coming to Middle Earth. Like, about that. Yeah, during that time.
How was it? From what you saw, was it good or was it stupid?
I mean, I liked the concept and the idea. I really wasn't a big fan of the actress or like how they chose to portray her, I guess, when she's younger. But I guess it is supposed to be she's younger, so she's maybe more brash or this or that, or like, but she's still like a fucking badass and everything. But I mean, I just never feel like I can 100% get on board with Amazon shows.
Yeah.
Like, there's just something to me that they always feels like they lose it, you know, and they never quite get it.
Yeah, it's almost there, but not quite.
Yeah. And it's in, like, a dissatisfying enough way to where I never, like, super commit.
Even just watching the trailers it didn't look appealing.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess maybe I'm just a gatekeeper of Lord of the Rings also because I love it so much that I'm like, if it's not Peter Jackson, I don't want to watch
it. You're like, Tolkien and Peter Jackson are now synonymous with
Lord of the Rings. Anything else, don't even bother. Don't even waste my time.
It's funny. But yeah, overall, I'll always continue to watch these movies again. Like I said, I'm going to finish the series now and go for it with the full extended edition.
Same. I'll probably, after you leave today,
I'll
probably put it on while
really immerse myself,
I think I'm going to do it. And then what I did write down also was the world is basically saved by potheads.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I was like, and you wouldn't be enough. He's like, I have no memory of this place. I was like, I got you, Gandalf. Same Gandalf.
I have no memory of this place.
In the mines.
That's funny, yeah. And I love when he comes back as Gandalf the White in the next film and everything. So yeah, this is, like I said, a perfect movie. It's a perfect setup. Even at the end when we get everyone disperses and then, you know, we have the next setup for the next quest, basically, of Aragorn and Legolas going to save Merry and Pippin. And then, you know, we know Samwise, he fucking ride or die. Like, everyone plays their part so well, and it was just a masterpiece, and everyone should be incredibly proud of.
And I love, because I saw something on social media, and it's like they had gotten all back together, like the gang all got back together, and I was like, I know, and they all seem like they still like talk.
Oh yeah, they all have 9 of them. The 9 got tattoos, except for Gimli, I believe. He didn't want to get a tattoo, but his stunt double went and did it.
That's awesome.
So they still have it, and apparently Peter Jackson got the number 10 on him because he's like the unspoken, you know. So I thought that was 10th cool.
member.
Yeah. So,
and they just all seem like good people too.
Yeah,
like,
they all seem genuinely cool.
Like, scandal.
I can't remember which one it was. It was Merry or Pippin. I don't remember who. Apparently, he did keep his Hobbit feet. Like, they made so many of like the prosthetics and things because the Hobbit feet were basically disposable. Like, you just couldn't get them off without ripping them up.
Oh,
so they had tons and tons and tons of Hobbit feet, and they made sure they were destroying them because they didn't want to create, and I quote, a black market Hobbit foot. Like demand, because people would obviously want to get their hands on these. So all of them were destroyed, but apparently he did keep his.
I was like, so damn a Hobbit.
I know, I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, you can tell this movie, all of the movies meant so much to everyone who was involved in them. And like I said, you can tell it was a labor of love. The shots, I mean, just the technical mastery that like Peter Jackson has of film.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
So, I mean, yeah, we just jerked this movie off for like 40 minutes, but if you have not seen Lord of the Rings, I don't know what the fuck your problem is.
And if you don't like it, I really don't know what the fuck your problem is.
And if you don't like it, then just don't ever talk to me. Let's just pretend that we don't exist to each other.
Mm-hmm. There's something wrong with you, not me.
I know. Like I said, I'm not even a big fantasy person. I've only read these books once. I am not like a super fan by any means. Like, yeah, you obviously, out of the two of us, like you're the one who like knows your shit more about it. And I've never read any of like the other kind of books that surrounded them. What is it? The
Similarian.
Yeah, I was like, Similarian. Like, yeah, I haven't even got that far. So, but even I can be like, no, it's one of, and even Tolkien, like, he wrote the greatest story of all time. Like, just about. It's so good. And he literally is the father of most, fantasy. Like, everything. Even the Harry Potter stuff. Like, I could see how much she just took from Tolkien, watching it this time around. After just recently, just a couple of years ago when I rewatched all the Harry Potters, and then now rewatching this, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like, I mean, he really is just the grandfather of fantasy. Exactly. Yeah, like you almost have to take from him because it doesn't exist without him and what he contributed. So it's super cool. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, we'll watch it again. We're going to finish the series.
You know what I wrote down? What? Frodo always looking at people sideways like a chihuahua.
Oh my God, you're right. Keep your secrets then. That's hilarious.
Keep your secrets in.
Yeah. I know, and there's so many good like one-liner quotes too that you can take from it. It's just great. All right, guys. Next episode will be Willow. So that'll be a fun one too to see. Again, it's going to be like a first time watch for me. So that'll be fun to get into. And as always, you can find us on the social medias at Film Gazers. We have the TikToks now. Remember our TikTok. And we've already released a few more. Jess has been on top of it.
I've been trying, man.
Killing it. It's killing it.
It's a scheduling app. It's been...
You're like, it is game changing.
It has been. Because that way I don't forget. Like, I'll make the shit and then forget to post it.
Sometimes she'll have them in the barrel.
Yeah. They're just not being posted.
It's not doing it. No, so I get that. So I'm really looking forward to the holiday season, depending, I guess, just on like my personal at-home schedule. I do want to try to do like a couple of mini-sodes maybe for the holidays or something fun. I just gotta see what I'm in the mood for.
Right. So it speaks.
I know. As we mentioned, we hadn't really planned much for December yet. We've kind of been winging a lot of stuff with the way things have been going, but I'm sure we'll still have just something fun like that. I usually like to do some kind of mini-series, either before or after Christmas and kind of going into the new year. Because I did that with Twilight last year. Did it with, I think, the Harry Potter before. I mean, what other franchise? I guess I could do Lord of the Rings.
You could.
There we go.
Could do the rest.
Do a little early for fall, instead. So yeah, maybe that is what I'll do. I guess that's it. We don't have any other announcements or anything.
No, but you know what else is funny? I wrote that one elf is the John Lovitz of elves. You know what I'm talking about? The blonde one that kind of looks like John Lovitz.
No. Oh wait, I do. The John Lovitz of elves. That was funny. Well, time to hit the dusty trail.
Until next time.
Later, taters.
Lord of the Rings.